Hello and welcome to a very special at-home on board our ocean ships, where our wonderful onboard colleagues and I will be sharing some of our favorite pieces with you from our onboard art collection.
Hello, my name is Olaf and I am the master on board the Viking Star. We have many nice pieces of arts to study. The one I point out today is a true copy of a Viking ship. The Vikings did a very brilliant little thing on the boats they built. They constructed the keel, and the keel made it possible to cross sail into the wind so they could cross over to Europe, into the American continent and Canada, where you can visit a place called Lands en Meadow that we stop at on our cruises across the Atlantic.
The painting that you see over here is from Jakob Weidemann and it's called Composition. The reason this painting is inspiring me is that what I try to do is to have flavor. Flavor is in the flavor itself, but also in the eye. The plate needs to look nice, and that's why this painting inspires me, because of the colors. It makes me think of how I would design a plate for our guests, where you have the outside is nice and blue, but the inside comes the blue back again, what for me is the main ingredient. I see the garnish and everything inside of the other colors. That's why this painting is inspiring me so much.
2 years ago, I had a chance to celebrate my birthday on board, and my lovely team gifted me a treatment, and that's when I first laid my eyes on this creation. It's called the Optic Face II by the Norwegian artist Cathrine Maske. Who would have thought of combining photography and glass? What I like most about it is that the image has this ballet dress, which reminds me of my most unforgettable experience when I first saw the ballet performance at the Mariinsky Theater in St. Petersburg back in 2017. It was a night that is so magical and unforgettable.
The piece I want to talk to you about is in one of our dining rooms, and it's this piece just down here. It's by the Norwegian artist Olnuf Apdal, but what intrigues me about this piece is, even though it's very simple, there is a lot of complexity in the techniques he's used. So why don't we go a bit closer and I'll describe that a little bit more. Come on. So the name of the piece is called Screed. To me, it looks like a view towards a glacier in a fjord. When you get really close, you see the sunlight on the fjord and the definition of the mountain range on either side. It's not as simple as you think from looking afar. So those are the reasons I like this piece, and I hope you do too.
This piece of art next to me is called Rock and Ocean, sculpted by Doug Alveng. I like it because it somehow symbolizes my purpose in life. Without the ocean, I would have not become who I am now. Being away from my family is not an easy choice. I need to be as strong as rock, because I am the rock. I am their source of strength. Every time I pass by here in Winter Garden, I can't help but stop on this art, because it really motivates me well.
Whenever I pass by the salon here on deck 1, this piece of art called Blossoming always fascinates me. This piece was made from hundreds of hand-formed ceramic shapes that take months to assemble. Their sharp edges give the impression of hardness at first, but the creamy, off-white shadows cast inside the ceramic hollows instead give off a soft, comforting warmth.
I'd like to show you my favorite picture on board, which is made by Thomas Weideberg, and it's called Two Trees. This picture is truly inspiring me with the perfect colors of blue and this bright snow, which is white and shiny and completely bringing me to the fairy tale while I'm crossing by.
Today we're going to talk about this beautiful artwork which was made by Christian Stresvik, a Norwegian artist, and the name of the artwork is called Milkmaid in the Mountain. It's full of life with a lot of greens and hills, as well as the man who is herding cattle, which triggers my memory when I was young. I used to herd cattle, so that catches my eye. This beautiful artwork was made with a lot of passion. I hope you will enjoy it too.
When I look this oil painting called By the Sea, made by Norwegian artist Ulf Nilsen, it always brings my childhood memories. This house is same like my house in my province. We have very good memories, so I feel so happy when I see this oil painting. I'm very proud to see my home on board.
I've selected the painting by Queen of Norway, which is nearby to one of my restaurants. I get the opportunity to walk past it every day. Even in the busy day, it brings calm to me.
One of my favorite paintings on board, it's called The Bridge, which is from Frank Brunner from Norway. It has two persons walking together. This symbolizes Viking and our guest walking hand in hand together, creating lasting memories.
Every time I pass by at this deck, I stop and look at this portrait of Hong Kong Avenue of Comic Stars by Miss Isabel Tellefsen. It reminds me of my daughter back home, and it motivates me to work a lot for Viking and for my kid as well.
The photos behind me was captured by Mr. Alistair Miller. It inspired me, especially this ram, which was taken perfectly and it's my favorite around the fleet.
And today we are in front of a piece of art by Tommy Hovig. This is the Tiger Mountain. It reminds me during my visit at the Great Wall of China. This piece of art looks perfect for paragliding, mountain biking, as well as hiking.
One of my favorite pieces of art that we have on board is Black Widow Blues. And there are two reasons why I love this art. One of these is because this shows me how beautiful and colorful the landscape are from the country. And the second reason is every time I pass by here, I feel very happy. So every time I pass by, I don't miss the chance to look at it.
Today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this picture that I really like. It's called from the series 30 by 30 by the Norwegian artist Jarle Teigen Olsen. Every time I walk past this hall here on Chef's Table, I always feel happy when I was looking at this picture. It has many different colors, different angles, different shapes, and it reminds me a little bit about all the people working here on Viking. We're all from different countries, different cultures, different backgrounds, but at the end that doesn't really matter. We all blend in one team.
Here I am at my favorite spot on the ship, the Explorer Lounge, where I found this beautiful piece of art. It is made by British artist Justin Smith. She's concerned with concept of money and how it is a part of almost every aspect of our lives. She's interested in money as a conduit of power and in the value system with which we surround it, while also exploiting the physical beauty of the notes.
My name is Karen from Explorer's Desk, and these are two of my favorite art pieces on board Viking Sky. The reason why reminds me when I was younger and I used to write stories and letters for friends and family. I really love to express myself by writing. Nowadays, I have the connection with these two pieces because I feel like I'm writing and drawing my own story with different perspectives, with different directions, but always with new experiences and new challenges. And the most important thing, creating and drawing memories of the story of my life.
Hello, my name is Erik Simonsen. I'm the second engineer on board Viking Sky. When I first saw this piece, it caught my eye because I'm from the north of Norway, and this piece by Adrian Bugge reminds me of how a perfect day in the mountains at home would look like.
Hello everybody, my name is Juan Carlos. I am from Cancun, Mexico. I am video technician here in the beautiful Viking Sky. Let me show you this beautiful piece of art with the name Café Bauer. This art is from the Norwegian painter and graphic artist Edvard Munch. And the history say Edvard was well known in this beautiful place situated on Main Street, Berlin, with the name Under den Linden. And for me, when I see this beautiful piece of art, it's really important because you can see it's a little piece of paper, but for me, I imagine Edvard Munch sitting there in Café Bauer, watching around him and starting to project and transmit his feelings in that moment. At the same time, this beautiful piece of art reminds me of my home. Why? Because I'm a cartoonist and I am artist in Mexico, and when I paint, I'm trying to do the same. Example here with this piece of art. This guy is Quetzalcoatl, he's a Mexican god from a Mexican legend.
Hi, my name is Justina. I'm a beauty therapist on board in the beautiful Nordic Spa, and I hail all the way from sunny South Africa. The reason I've chosen this piece of art is for two reasons. One, it reminds me of my native hometown of Durban, which the hibiscus is a tropical flower from. My grandmother, I have fond memories of my grandmother making tea, which we used to drink on really hot days. The second reason that I really like it is because if you look at each flower, it doesn't stand out, but put together, it makes a beautiful piece of art. The same way we all, different nationalities here on board, come together to give our guests the best Viking experience.
Hi, my name is Ardel Gonzaga from the beverage department on board beautiful Viking Sky. There are various collections of arts and photography on board beautiful Viking Sky. And if you're going to see a lot more, the only place to visit is the Viking Ocean. For me, there is one photo that got my attention right away. I have been on board for 3 months now. Every day, going to my workplace, I've seen this photo, the man and the dog. And it was photographed by a famous Norwegian person named Mr. Finn Sork Hansen. The connection between the dog and the man is very amazing. That reminds me of myself and my dog back home. I have a dog named Arky. Every day, as I see this, it would remind me of my dream together with my dog, the moment that we shared together. So if we correlate this to our Viking values, the amazing connection to our lovely guests is very vital to the operation. And I hope that if you're going one day to visit Viking Sky again, I hope that you are going to love this photo as well. I think dog lovers can relate with my reasons.
Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Faye Cortez, Assistant Chief Housekeeper. I love this Viking art because as a person, I always aim so high that sometimes people may think like that's not realistic. But when I see some birds soaring high up in the sky, where I am right now, Viking Sky, I say if birds can live alone, why can't I? I aim so high and birds are my inspiration.
Hello, my name is Victoria and I'm a boutique assistant. I was impressed by many paintings all over the ship, but this particular one by Edvard Munch, Violin Concert, I was impressed greatly. I used to play the piano and I gave a lot of concerts when I was small. And whenever I pass by, it gives me hints about my past, about my hometown, and especially emotions of the past.
Hello everyone, my name is Shireen. I'm the onboard cruise consultant on the beautiful Viking Sea, and I'm standing right next to one of my favorite paintings. It's actually greets you at the door of the restaurant, and it's a self-portrait by a really famous Norwegian graffiti artist. His name is Marcus Benmore, and I just love it. It greets you. It's a self-portrait, and it's one of my favorite pieces of art.
Hi, I'm Bibi. I'm the HR manager on board the beautiful Viking Sea, and I would like to introduce you to the work of Kate Jenkins. Her art is really playful pop art being made by yarn, crochet and embroidery. One afternoon, I was sitting here in the Wolf Cafe having lunch, and I looked up and I really studied this beautiful work. And I went back to my office to go read more about Kate Jenkins.
Hi, I'm David Peterson, Cruise Director on board Viking.TV. I've walked by this beautiful piece of artwork on deck AF on countless occasions and always looked at it and thought it was very lovely. But I noticed a couple of things recently that I had never noticed before. As I was waiting for guests to come down the stairs to go to the tender, I noticed some legs, and then I looked up and said, well, wait a minute, there's a Viking there, and there's a Viking here, and Vikings there, and I realized, wait, these are shields, and then I saw spears, and I saw an animal, and I realized there was so much more to this particular piece of art than I'd ever noticed before. And so now I'm going around this beautiful ship and looking at all of the other artwork to see what hidden gems I might find.
Hello, my name is Sarah Leanne and I am one of your vocalists here on board the Viking Sea. And we're currently standing just outside of the Explorer's Lounge on Deck 7, looking at my personal favourite pieces of artwork on board. I feel they're perfect for our ocean cruises because they have a very oceanic theme with the colours, and the tapestry woven theme throughout is beautiful.
Hello, my name is Kanike. I'm cafe attendant. I'm from Kyrgyzstan. Right now I'm on the Viking Sea, and I really like this picture from Italy because I've been in Italy with Viking and I was dreaming about this city a long time before, and finally I visited that city and it's lovely. Thank you, Viking.
My name is Ilse. I am explorer staff here at Viking Sea. And these are my two favorite pieces of art on board because I like the contrast with the colors, with the black and white, and I think they are telling a story, and I like that they look like they are made by hand, and this is why they are my favorite art on board.
Hello, I am Dennis, shop manager on the Viking Sea. I love this piece of art because it reminds me of my home, Turkey. And I live in a very nice place in Turkey called Ephesus Kuşadası. And there is a national park that looks exactly the same like here. And when I pass from here in the restaurant, when I see this and I stop and look, and it just reminds me of my home. And I feel very nice and peace when I see this piece of art. And it is just very nice to watch and just look at it.
Hello, my name is Todorka from the restaurant department. Looking at these handmade ships behind me bring back a lot of memories and reminds me of my childhood. But today I'm standing on one beautiful ship, Viking Venus, and the treasure that I found is my Viking family.
Hello, my name is Vanya. I'm coming from bar department. Photo of a ram is my favorite art on board. Photo was taken by Alistair Miller, and I just love black and white photography. This photo has a special place in my heart for two reasons. It reminds me of my childhood and my grandparents' farm, and also it reminds me of Viking Star and my beginning with Viking family. As I love symbols, ram's head symbolizes knowledge, intellect and power. As his horns grow sturdier with each passing day, it is a reminder of a continual progress that can only promise lifelong success.
My name is Arlinda and I am Explorer staff on Viking Venus. My favorite art piece is this painting because every time I see it, I'm amazed by the soft composition of colors that carry a feeling of peace but also give a sense of freedom and reminds me that there's a marvelous serendipity waiting outside the door.
Hi, my name is Suta. I'm from restaurant department. I love so much this picture. This is regarding a symbol circle of life. As you can see, if you are on top, so before you are in the downs. So from below, you raise until the top one. It means this is like the circulation, the symbol of the life. If you're already on top, don't forget. You always be nice to the people, always humble, always low profile. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Modesta and I work as a waitress in this beautiful Viking Venus. Behind me is my favorite. What I really love about this artwork is actually the story behind it, which is about Nordic mythology. As you can see, these two ravens named Hugin and Munin is being sent by the god Odin to travel around the world and eventually comes back to his shoulder and whisper in his ears the news of what they see and what they hear. Upon hearing this story, I've come up to realize that I can see myself as these two ravens because I was given the opportunity to work with Viking and to be able to see the world. And I am always excited to make my own story and tell to my friends and family as soon as I go home.
Hello, my name is Joan. I'm from the restaurant department, and this is one of my favorite artwork here in Viking Venus. This is located in the entrance of the main restaurant on deck 2. For me, this painting says a lot about the hard work of the people, going different places, finding resources to provide for their families. And aside from that, for me, this painting shows that we are all in a different boat, but we are on the same storm. And for that, we need to be kind. Let's don't judge and support one another.
One of my favorite art pieces on board of Viking Orion is water bubbles created by Sitzel Hanum. Her works often inspired by nature, corals, tree leaves, moss or hurricanes. The liquid porcelain being applied layer by layer, it just reminds me the way how corals been made. Watching these beautiful and delicate art pieces just helped me to feel in tune with the nature. And I find it one of the easiest sources to find a harmony within ourselves.
As one of my favorite art selections on board, I have chosen Ida Lorenzen's Interior Reflections. I particularly like this piece in set because it's very clean, very serene. The white colors and the open doors and open windows always remind me to start every day with a fresh new look, and always reminds me that opportunity is always there.
This is my favorite art piece. It's called Gorilla by Edvard Munch. I just feel he didn't know this was gonna be such a great art piece, and that's why I will call it a soul painting. So I invite you to come over. It's 3 of them in the same section, and I hope you enjoy your trip.
I would like to share with you about my favorite piece of art that can be found on board Viking Orion, which is this photograph. This picture was taken by Vincent Hansen in 2017 in Japan. I love black and white picture because it helps the viewer focus on the object's emotional state. The reason why I love this picture is because it reminds me a lot of my great memories when I was there, of course with my Viking family.
For the entertainment team, it is very important that we share lots of memories with our guests. And one memory I'll always remember is sitting right here in the restaurant, having dinner with some guests and looking at these beautiful pieces of work right here on the wall. They are from Kenneth Blom, and they are called Fragments and Impressions. Our memories that we share together are very important. I'll never forget that time I was sitting here looking at this piece right here and thinking to myself, before Viking, I never really had the opportunity to travel the world, and I'm so excited to do it here with all of you. So this is one of my favorite pieces right here on the Viking Orion.
I'm here to talk about my favorite art piece on the ship, which is the self-portrait of Mr. Edvard Munch. Edvard Munch is a painter and an artist from Norway, and he created The Scream, which in my opinion expresses the human soul in anxiety and mental health. The reason why this is my favorite is because it shows the artist who created one of the most famous paintings in the world.
My favourite piece of art I wanted to show you today is actually a set of photographs by Vincent Hansen, and they're of New York. Now, ever since I can remember, I grew up dreaming of visiting New York, getting to go to Broadway, see Liberty Island, walk through Central Park, and all of those dreams finally became a reality as I was working on a Viking ship a couple of years ago. It was such a magical sailing, getting to see Manhattan skyline and do everything I dreamt of doing in the city. And every time I go to walk to the World Cafe, I see these photographs, and it just captures what the city felt like as I was there.
Crew and guests alike all have a favourite. Each one speaks with an individual voice. A fascinating story as unique as the artist who brought it to life. The ships of Viking hold the most extensive, diverse collection of Norwegian art at sea. And we hope you enjoy exploring these collections on your own, whether that's by our art app or, of course, for real, on board one of our beautiful ships.